Good evening, dear friends. Moscow says is speaking. We start our international music festival, The Road to Yalta. Don't be surprised. Precisely at these minutes, we must be on the main square of Yalta, where the musicians from all over the planet were going to arrive to perform in their own languages the songs about the Great Patriotic War, the songs which are known by everybody in our country, the songs which allow us to keep the memory about of those horrible events for which we have to pay a very high price, conquering the plague of the 20th century. But remembering about the plague of the 20th century, we face the plague of the 21st century. A horrible virus attacked the planet Earth, killing and separating the people, paralyzing the work of factories and locking the people in their apartments. We are not going to give up and call challenge to this illness. Together with the foundation, Humanitarian Will, we are peace, we are going to have the first tour of our festival despite anything. We found a possibility to gather here and now, and we found a principle in new format. The foundation got many applications, out of which our jury has chosen 15 finalists. These are the musicians from all over the world, and they are stars in their countries. They translated the songs by themselves. And today, like half of the population of the planet are staying at home, and the songs which will be performed in a couple of minutes were recorded by telephone. And the orchestra which accompanies our guests online is also far away in their apartments on self-isolation, but I believe you won't feel it. I present to you the conductor and the musical director of the festival, The Road to Yalta, Lee Otta, and her orchestra. And here in the studio are only two of us, Tatiana Remezova and Eres Matskevichus. But from different parts of the planet, our international jury is joining us, which are happy to represent. So, the chairman of the jury, the people's actor of the Russian Federation, Lev Leshenko, we are really happy that you are together with us. We suffered for you. Tell us, how are you? Thank you very much. I feel great. I thank the authors of these ideas and for organizing this event, which we represent. And I must say that I am really pleased that I am a member of the jury, and I can see the people with whom I has been living for many years. I was working side by side, and I think that in the process of this evening or day, we will communicate. Thank you very much, Lev Valerianovich, and I welcome another member of our international jury, the cult director, the winner of Cannes 2 Golden Palms branches, the cavalry of the Legion of Honor Order, Emil Kusturica. I'm really happy that this festival has been made, and the Soviet music, the music of the Soviet period, has been spoken about. And here in my village, there was a similar festival, the Festival of the Classical Russian Music, and the parents were masters of music, and I'm really happy that one more festival which will speak about the Russian art, as well as Italy is on line with us, and this is the thing I was trying to attend his concerts in 1985. And what is important for us is that a month ago he expressed the words of gratitude all over the world for helping Italy with pandemic. It's the singer Pupa. Good evening, Mr. Pupa. How are you doing? Where are you? At this moment, I'm in my home in Toscana, and I'm locked like all the Italian people. Thank you very much, Pupa. And we move forward, and it's a real pleasure for me to introduce the only woman member of our jury, the Golden Voice, that was called the Nightingale, the twice winner of the Lenin Komsomol Prize, whose voice comprises 4 octaves in soprano, Rosa Kuanishevna, good evening. We are happy to see you. Where are you coming on connection with us? I live in Almaty. I'm happy. It's a great honor for me to work at this festival, to be a member of this jury. It's to work with the most famous actors. And one more strict but a fair artist, the singer-producer Denis Maidanov, with whom we started the festival Road to Yalta and had our first powerful concert a year ago. Denis, good evening. Good evening, friends. I was happy to welcome those ones who gave birth to this idea. Everything that is going to happen today shows friendship, mutual support, and the expression of gratitude. And I think the main idea is to keep the memories about the Great Patriotic War. And the people are very nice. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. We got the contact with the jury, and one more piece of information. During all our virtual concert, you can vote for the artist. You can vote directly or go to the link. The person who gets the person who gets the most number of votes will perform his song alive. So the road to Yalta starts in Moscow, and the contestant from Israel. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm a composer and a pianist. I work at my first album, and sometimes I represent my country. Now I am a participant of the world. I was in the army. There is a constant war in the Middle East, so I have to take part in the army, and I was a soldier. I actually took part in one of the wars recently, and also my friends from both sides are refugees. So they survived the Holocaust. My mom's side is from Germany, my dad's side is from Hungary. So Holocaust is deep in our DNA. The song which we are going to hear was performed by Claudia Shulzhenko at front concert, and then it was sung by the soldiers in the trenches. By the way, the Claudia Shulzhenko remembered that gramophone recording of the Blue Shawl was made in 1943 in the Cold Studio. The operator Galina Zhuraveva put on the machine a wax disc and started to record. The artist was singing, and Galina didn't notice that her tears were falling on the vest and melting it. The recording was damaged, but this defect, Shulzhenko has been proud of her life. The author of the music is the Polish musician Jerzy Peterburski. The Blue Shawl will sound in every.
שם החלום טוהרות חול למטפחת לטף ורוח של הים שמש ואור מסביב, בוקר וערב, לילה ואלף, אלף כוכבי האביב. ושוב היום, ואנו נפגשנו פתאום, תחול המטפחת, קור טוב של נחת, ונתגשם החלום. תחול המטפחת, קור טוב של נחת, ונתגשם החלום.
У кого есть уже первые впечатления, которыми можно поделиться?
Я думаю, со мной согласятся все члены жюри. Вокал был замечательный.
Лев Валерьянович, вы тоже хотите высказаться?
Вы знаете, я думаю,
You know,
что такое ощущение у меня,
I
что
have a
эта
feeling
песня была
that the
написана на
song
иврите.
was
Так
written
очаровательно
in
это
Ivrit.
звучало.
It
И,
sounded so
конечно,
nicely,
она молодец,
and she has done a great job. She has a good vocal abilities, but the most important thing is that the reminiscence. It's very important. She performed the song greatly. Denise, I was deeply touched. I liked, first of all, the language. And at the same, there are new notes which are quite unusual. They change the mood. And these notes, these peculiarities, I liked it. It made a deep impression on me.
Хотите что-нибудь сказать по поводу выступления, которое сейчас прозвучало?
Would you like to add? Да, конечно. Yes, precisely. They all give all the positive sides of this life. This blue shawl gave ideas. Emir? For me, it's the power. Every time I come to Moscow, the popular music, the Soviet music is played, and it's the time which doesn't exist in Europe. It's the naive force of the nostalgia. That's why I like this music. I remind everybody who is watching on, go to the link, vote for the contestant you liked, and the next actor joins us from Thailand, Bangkok, and the musician who will prove that Thai opera and Thai can be as bright and vivid as Thai boss. Hello everybody, my name is Tulana. I am 31 years old. I am from Bangkok. I am currently sitting in a pop opera group called Fivera, and we are traveling around the world to perform music. For me, I think war is not a good thing. For me, war songs help to understand how difficult life is during the wartime. And I think it is the best way that we do not go to war anymore and we live together peacefully. The song which will be sung right now was written by Mikhail Nozhin for the film Liberation. Little Misha was living near the hospital where his mother used to work. He was listening to the soldier stories, and these stories became the base of the song The Last Condom.
It's been so long without any rest. This is our quest to put an end to lawless fight. We fought away half of Europe with sweat and with blood, and soon tomorrow, finally the last battle. Hold on, my brothers, hold on, my friends. The last battle is the hardest one. It's been so long, I miss my mother. It's been 4 years without a life because of these fritzes. It's been 4 years of salty sweat and river blood. For me, I love to fall in love with such a nice girl. For me, I love to return to my motherland. Hold on, my brothers, hold on, my friends. The last battle is the hardest one. Oh, Rossiya, my home, my land. It's been so long, I miss my mother. Oh, Rossiya, my land, my home. It's been so long, I miss my mother. This song, my friends, the very end of this endless fight. Last time, my friends, to serve our land, to serve Rossiya. I'm not afraid to give my little life for my homeland. So everyone wish to live and survive. Hold on, my brothers, hold on, my friends. The last battle is the hardest one. Oh, Rossiya, my home, my land. It's been so long, I miss my mother. Oh, Rossiya, my land, my home. It's been so long, I miss my mother.
Давайте, что скажет наше компетентное жюри, пожалуйста?
В России есть замечательная традиция у силовых органов, когда они делают
The
в Кремле
force
большие
bodies,
концерты, приглашать артистов из
they
других
are
стран, и они исполняют наши песни,
inviting the artists who perform such songs. And the performance of Tolaman is the beginning of the way to a new realization of the ideas, the road to Russia, and directly to the big Kremlin stage. I like this song very much because it's the biggest love, it shows the biggest love to life, to mother. It is formulated precisely, and he gave these ideas through his voice, through his performance, and he showed deep feelings. Thank you very much. It sounds great. He made this song international. We continue, and don't forget about voting. Go to the link and give a like to those one you like. In order to represent our next contestant, it's necessary to pronounce the first word of the refrain "Раскудрявый," and you pronounce this word in your thoughts. Very little people know that Moldavian partisan woman was a part of the suite that was written in the 40s and was dedicated to Kotovsky, and it was about the girl of the Civil War, but the first time it was performed in 1944. And we remember it by the film Only Old People Go into the Battle. I am from Latvia. I am 40 years old. I sing most of my life. My stage name is Tina Nota. I have participated in various international vocal contests. I have won several international vocal contests in Romania, Lithuania, Spain, and other countries. Every year I take part in honor of Victory Day, and this is very important for me because my grandfather fought in the Second World War and reached Berlin. the performing in this concert is the expression of gratitude and, of course, is a memory of my grandfather. I'm proud of my grandfather, and I am grateful to everyone who fought and died in the Second World War, died for the victory, died for our lives. So, Moklyanka Moldavanka with a Baltic accent, Tina Nota, Latvia.
Vasarā ap saules rietu garam dārzam gāju es, jauna stalta moldaviete, vinogas caur dārzu nes, apstājos un noraudzījos, teikt jau gribēju tūlīt, iesimies pie upes, rieta blāzmu sagaidīt. Kļavās zaļās, vēju dziesmu lapāziet, mīlu tevi, mīlas liesmas sirdī ziet. Kļavās zaļās, šalts lapu cirtās, vējš lapās tumš zaļās ziet. Kļavās zaļās, vēju dziesmu lapāziet, mīlu tevi, mīlas liesmas sirdī ziet. Kļavās zaļās, šalts lapu cirtās, vējš lapās tumš zaļās ziet. Bet šai brīdī moldaviete lepni atbildēja man, partizāņu cīņu trauksmē pāri visai zemei skan. Tagad ceļš ikvienam silā, prom no dzimtas sētās drauds, ceļš, lai arī tevi partizāņu gaitas sauc. Kļavās zaļās, vēju dziesmu lapāziet, mīlu tevi, mīlas liesmas sirdī ziet. Kļavās zaļās, šalts lapu cirtās, vējš lapās tumš zaļās ziet. Kļavās zaļās, vēju dziesmu lapāziet, mīlu tevi, mīlas liesmas sirdī ziet. Kļavās zaļās, šalts lapu cirtās, vējš lapās tumš zaļās ziet. Moldavieti projām gāja, zuda skāta mežmalā, skumji kļuva kādēļ mani, līdzi nepaņēmā tā. Jauna stalta moldaviete, bieži sapni bija man. Līdzis viņu sīla satiku kā partizāns. Kļavās zaļās, vēju dziesmu lapāziet, mīlu tevi, mīlas liesmas sirdī ziet. Kļavās zaļās, šalts lapu cirtās, vējš lapās tumš zaļās ziet. Kļavās zaļās, vēju dziesmu lapāziet, mīlu tevi, mīlas liesmas sirdī ziet. Kļavās zaļās, šalts lapu cirtās, vējš lapās tumš zaļās ziet.
Тина Нота, браво!
Браво!
Не было ни
Welcome.
одного члена жюри, который бы
There wasn't a single member of the jury who wasn't trying to dance. I would like to appeal to Popa. So, looking at the expression of your face, it touched you. I think that this music is like a dance. I had a feeling that not a war can stop life.
Эмир, скажите,
Emir,
пожалуйста,
say a few words, please. I think that Soviet partisans, as well as ours, they fought exceptionally under difficult conditions. And when we think about making the second division of the Great Patriotic War, They are the best examples of optimism which they reflect. I was dancing because history and music are related to each other. We are moving forward, and now the song that became the hymn of the Great Patriotic War. On the 24th of June 1941, the newspapers Izvestia and Red Star published the text Holy War by Lebedev Kumach. And immediately after the publication, Alexandrov wrote the music. They didn't have the time to print the notes, and Alexandrov wrote the words with a chalk on the wall, and the musicians and singers copied it in the copybooks. And this is our contest from Argentina. I am Alejandro. I was born in Argentina. I am a singer. My songs are performed by different singers. I am the author of 2 published albums. I decided to take part because I belong to the 3rd and 4th generations of immigrants who came to Russia in the 20th century. And since that time, I have been performing the songs of the Great Patriotic War, giving all the nuisances of this period. And I hope that I will see you soon. Alejandro, we are happy that we had a meeting. Since October 1941, the Holy War has been sounding on the all-union radio every morning after the Kremlin chimes. Today, it will be performed in Spanish for the first time.
Levántate, inmenso país, a la lucha mortal. De pie contra el fascista gris, frente a la horda del mal. Que se alce nuestro corazón, furioso como el mar. Sagrada es nuestra guerra al fin, la guerra popular. Que se alce nuestro corazón, furioso como el mar. Sagrada es nuestra guerra al fin, la guerra popular. Paremos a la aplastador de la razón y el bien, al miserable violador y al criminal también. Que se alce nuestro corazón, furioso como el mar. Sagrada es nuestra guerra al fin, la guerra popular. Sus negras alas nos harán el cielo oscurecer. El invasor jamás tendrá la patria a su merced. Que se alce nuestro corazón, furioso como el mar. Sagrada es nuestra guerra al fin, la guerra popular. El inmoral fascista ruin caerá de norte a sur. Prepararemos para él un muy fuerte ataúd. Que se alce nuestro corazón, furioso como el mar. Sagrada es nuestra guerra al fin, la guerra popular.
dear jury members, what impression did Alejandro make on you? Alejandro translated this song by himself. Well, you know, it's a perfect performance because I heard this song in the choral performance, but in the choral partitude, but I wouldn't have enough voice to perform it individually. It's so dramatic. His sound is so dramatic and perfect, and in Spanish, it was great. Thank you very much. My great gratitude to him and to our motherland. Emir, I was watching the expression of your eyes. I think something touched you. I think it's the music. This music is such a power that makes our life different. It has been popular because there is little truth in the world, and there is a collapse of the liberal system. There is no working class in Great Britain, and I think it will be an emotional force, and this song evoke in my soul this emotional force. The next contestant is the next song is not a military song. It was written in 1968 by Brian Bostner on the words of Mikhail Mutusovsky, shield and thought about intelligence officers who were working in the rear of the fascists. The song has we can't imagine the song without the Victory Day. Not by a chance, our participant from Albania translated precisely this song and translated into its native language. My name is Axil Kumira. I am 25 years old. I come from Tirana, Albania. I have been studying violin since I was 6 years old, and then started a career also as a singer with my sister. Our first participation was in Voice of Albania. Since then, we have taken part in other festivals and competitions where we won a lot of prizes. All songs were always composed and written by us. I love the feeling and the emotions that the war songs give me, because in those lyrics is kept the history that people cannot easily forget, and I feel lucky to be one of the transmitters who will touch their souls by music. So, Angie Kumria, what motherland starts with?
Cili një fillim një fotografi në bisi, në mish të mirë dhe të vërtetë, të jetosh në një oborfqi, se mbas e fillon me ato kënga që nëna i këndojt me ato qëra që në çdo provë as kur s'mund të na i heq. Cili është një fillim ja dheut, fillon me stol pran por të son, me këtë pem që në fushëritet, duke u përkulur në se mbas e fillon me kënga e par pran verore të li, të në që duket si një e pafund. Cili është një fillim e dheur, dritare që ndrisin distancë, ka pakët të vjetrat babai që gjetën diku në dolla, se pas e fillon me një tingull të rrotave në kamionçin, dhe me një betim atë në rini e keni marrë zemër gjithnjë. Cili është një fillim e
Who is ready to comment
Очень коротко.
very briefly?
Вы знаете,
You know, such a right angle of emotions, very deep feelings, very sentimental voice. All this is read so perfectly, and such a beautiful voice, and she's very attractive by herself. A great performance. Denise, I liked the amount of instruments in her voice. Well, a lot of timbres, and that was the right choice of the song and a good performance. Thank you. Yes. Very good arrangement. It's a compliment to our orchestra. Let's move forward. Don't forget to go to the site and vote. You can do it right now or wait till the end of the presentation by all the contestants. And now a very decisive moment for Mr. Popper, because he's the person from the same country. Our contestant is from Italy. He's famous in Russia as well. My name is Thomas Graziosa. I am Thomas Graziosa. I'm 35 years old. I am an Italian from Rome. I am a singer and a musician. I play the piano. I am also a showman. I have recorded 4 music albums and performed all over the world. I started my career in the Italian show called Amici, France, and The Voice of Russia and New Wave in Sochi. In particular, I presented Switzerland in Eurovision Song Contest. I have a big passion in my life, football. I play in the international team of singers where we hold charity matches, and now I'm ready to come to Yalta to sing and represent Italy at this beautiful festival dedicated to the victory of the Great Patriotic War. See you soon, friends. And the song, which is going to be performed by Thomas Graziosa, has about 100 variations of the text. This song, which has a personal museum, it was called the Rocket BM, that horrified the enemies. In Italy, it is called Caterina, but our contestant from Italy remembers its real name, and his performance in energy is similar to the reactive minor.
Cammino
Now, the first jury member whom we like to address is Pupa. According to his reaction, he has already given his mark. It's a great voice, a beautiful voice, crystal voice, young, and new arrangement of this song, which make people be happy. One of the songs that has been translated all over the world. I think it's a beautiful message to the young people who must know the history of their country. With Katyusha and Thomas's version, only the young people will be able to learn the history of war. If the similar song sounded right now, it would be performed in this way. Are there comments, Denis? I would support you. A great musical decision. And it must be performed at the stadiums. I imagine the embankment to Yalta, and people, they will support, they will be enthusiastic. And for us, who have heard thousands of performances of this song, is a new one. I think it will happen in the future. A great performance. The song which will be performed now are the Quad Ordinary Soldier Bulata Kozhava wrote 25 years when the war was over for the film Belarusian Railway Station. In the film it sounds twice. First, it is performed by Nina Urgant, and in the final, in the orchestra arrangement, without these words. The participant of the festival from France is known all over the world as the performer of the Edith Piaf songs. Her name is Christelle Lurie. Hello, my name is Christelle Lurie. I'm 46 years old. I'm from France and I'm a singer-songwriter. For me, it's a very important event because my two grandmothers were resistant and my grandfather was prisoner. A long life, peace, freedom. The integral part of the parade of the eternal regiment. We need one more victory.
Ici, l'oiseau se tait, l'arbre ne peut pousser. Nous sommes seuls en rang serré à nous enraciner. Le globe enflamme sa trajectoire et la fumée nous envahit. Nous avons donc besoin d'une victoire, une pour tous, rien moins qu'elle qu'en soit le prix. Une pour tous, rien moins qu'elle qu'en soit le prix. Un feu mortel menace, mais il est impuissant. Ne doutons plus en rendant la nuit passe. Nos parts du 10e régiment, nos parts du 10e régiment. Dès que le feu s'éteint, un autre ordre nous vient et le facteur deviendra fou en nous cherchant partout. Le bourgeois dans la nuit noire, la mitrailleuse est sans merci. Nous avons donc besoin d'une victoire, une pour tous, rien moins qu'elle qu'en soit le prix. Une pour tous, rien moins qu'elle qu'en soit le prix. Il est impuissant. Ne doutons plus en rendant la nuit passe. Nos parts du 10e régiment, nos parts du 10e régiment. De ville en ville morte, la guerre nous emporte au pied des des lignes ennemies. Oui frère, c'est ainsi. Un jour, nous aurons peine à croire au souvenir de cette nuit. Mais aujourd'hui, il faut une victoire. Une pour tous, rien moins quel qu'en soit le prix. Une pour tous, rien moins quel qu'en soit le prix. Un feu mortel menace, mais il est impuissant. Ne doutons plus, en rendant la nuit passe, nos pas du 10e régiment, nos pas du 10e régiment. Un feu mortel menace, mais il est impuissant. Ne doutons plus, en rendant la nuit passe, nos pas du 10e régiment, nos pas du 10e régiment.
War victory. Christelle Riley, welcome.
Уважаемые члены жюри,
Dear jury members, who is the first one?
Потрясающе совершенно.
Fantastic.
Жалко, что голос
I
не
feel
умещался
sorry
в этом
that
маленьком пространстве
we couldn't
комнаты. Конечно,
comprise the voice
волнение,
in
оно
this
вышло
small
далеко
room.
за
Uh,
рамку. И,
It
я думаю,
crossed
что
the
это,
borders, the limits of the
такой,
room,
знаете,
and
мощный,
it's so
эмоциональный
powerful,
взрыв,
emotional.
который
And
можно только вот прочувствовать, наверное,
We
на
can
огромной
only
площади, на
sense
стадионе. Я
it
думаю, что
at the
это
stadium.
очень
We
здорово.
need a
И голос
larger
фантастический, и
audience, the
эмоции
larger
просто
platform for
запредельные.
performing this song.
Спасибо огромное.
Thank you
Спасибо.
very much.
Денис,
Denise,
вам слово.
you are given the floor.
Я просто потрясен. Это
I
мои
am
первые слезы. Я говорил
deeply
вначале, что
shocked.
сложно будет удержаться,
It will be
но это
difficult to
потрясен
refrain
самое
from
душу,
deep
самое
emotions.
сердце. Я очень сильно тронут. Это, конечно,
I am deeply touched.
непередаваемо. И как
I can't express it in the words. And the French voice, I mean the French language sounds,
нет слов.
no words,
Сеньор
only
Пупа.
emotions.
La lingua francese
The French language is the language of the revolutions, and it's a perfect language.
è perfetta.
The translation of the singer deserves a special reflect. We want victory. We can't say better than by using the French language. It's the best language of the revolution. The pain of those years is living right now. And in every family, the little kids of Katyn are crying. Alexander Pakhmatov, Nikolai Dobronayev, only they were capable to create this song. Very melodic, full of romanticism. It makes us to remember one of the biggest pages of the Great Patriotic War. The musical story touched deeply a musician from Jakarta, Shandli Suinodo. Hello, I'm Shandli Sondra. I'm 46 years. I'm from Indonesia. I am a singer, a songwriter, a music producer, and also an architect. I have been doing music professionally since 1998, and in my opinion about war, there is nothing good about war. There is nothing good about killing people, each other. And all human beings should live together, sharing love to each other, peace. For the first time, it was sung, this song was performed by legendary Песняры. And now the song about Belarus sounds from distant Indonesia.
White strong stork is flying, flying high over pearly woodlands. Belarusian motive in the song of the lion and the racket, and for all the earth has skied, all its careless in flame. It was blazing high crimson banner. My wonder for you, Belarusia. The song of partisan with the pines and foam. The song of partisan with the scarlet dawn. My wonder for you, Belarusia. Our memory is still ongoing in the forests of Guerrilla Trail, unable to overgrown, and are destined to serve the country. And for all the earth has had, all its care, its careless in flame, it was blazing high above, just like heaven as the crimson banner. My wonder for you, Belarusia. The song of partisan with the pines in fall. The song of partisan with the scarlet dawn. My wonder for you, Belarusia. White strong stork is flying, flying high over pearly woodlands. Belarusian motive and the song of the light and the rocket. And for all the earth has had, all this careless and flame, it was blazing high above, just like heaven as the crimson banner. My beautiful youth, Belarusia. The song of partisan with the pines and foam. The song of partisan with the scarlet dawn. Oh, my wonder for you,
We noticed that you were singing together.
Первый раз слышите же.
And you don't know the...
Молодость моя Белоруссия.
So I remember the words "молодость, my youth, Belarusia."
Что касается исполнения,
Concerning the
мне понравилось
performance,
рок. Это другое видение
it's a different vision.
этой песни.
It's a different interpretation of the song.
И Лев Валерьяновичу тоже понравилось.
And I could see that Lev Valerianovich also liked it. And the timbre of the voice, the coloring of the voice, it's super professional. I think that the new interpretation of the song, it must be welcomed. Thank you. Denise, I would like to add, Lev Valerianovich is absolutely right. This song gets a new interpretation. If we could hear it in Italy or in Spain, I would have been surprised. but it's a new breath, a live sound. The piano, the drums, fantastic. The song was flying. I like such songs. And I remind you about the vote on our site. And in the second tour, those ones who gets most likes in YouTube will get the prize Golden Like. The next composition, the fans of Vysotsky consider it one of the best of his creative work. For the character on there are a lot of people who think the same way. The fraternity and the memory see the connection between the generations. And Evgeny Malinovsky is from Poland. I sing the songs by Akudjava. I am an actor and a musician. My specialty is song poetry, and my song I make a lot of concerts. I tour a lot with concerts. As an actor, I have appeared in more than 60 film productions. War is always violence, and I have never accepted violence, either physical or psychological. And I believe that wise dialogue, mutual respect for all cultures, as well in the cultural friendship, these are the only remedies for the whole mankind. So Vladimir Vysotsky, he didn't return from the fight. Evgeny Malinovsky, Poland.
Czemu wszystko nie tak? Czemu czegoś mi brak? Przecież wiatr swoją dumkę wciąż nuci. Niebo jasne i woda ma taki sam smak. Tylko on wczoraj z bitwy nie wrócił. Niebo jasne i woda ma taki sam smak. Tylko on wczoraj z bitwy nie wrócił. Więc nie dowiem się już, czy miał rację, czy nie, gdy zażarcie tak ze mną się kłócił. Nie nad ranem dopiero zaczęło być źle, gdy on wczoraj po bitwie nie wrócił. Nie nad ranem dopiero zaczęło być źle, gdy on wczoraj po bitwie nie wrócił. Nieraz milczał nie w takt, albo śpiewał nie w smak. Gdy już mówił, nie miał wyczucia. On nie spać nie chciał dać, rano pierwszym był z nas. No wczoraj po bitwie nie wrócił. On nie spać nie chciał dać, rano pierwszym był z nas. No wczoraj po bitwie nie wrócił. Pusto mi tak, cóż nie o tym ta pieśń. Dziś pojąłem, jak on był mi bliski. Dla mnie tak, jakby wiatr zgasił słońce i dzień, gdy on wczoraj nie wrócił z tej bitwy. Dla mnie tak, jakby wiatr zgasił słońce i dzień, gdy on wczoraj nie wrócił z tej bitwy. Wiosny zapach z nad łąk, jak z niewoli się rwie. Jam z rozpędu przez ramię mu rzucił. Młody, masz papierosa? Cisza, przecież on nie. Przecież wczoraj po bitwie nie wrócił. Młody, masz papierosa? Cisza, przecież on nie. Przecież wczoraj po bitwie nie wrócił. Nasi zmarli na krok, nie odstąpią już nas. Będą czuwać nad nami z ukrycia. Niebo ziemię otula, zanurza się w las. Drzewa stoją przepiękne w błękicie. Niebo ziemię otula, zanurza się w las. Drzewa stoją przepiękne w błękicie. Nam w ziemiance we dwóch miejsce nie było brak. Dziś mam pustkę i myśli gonitwa. Teraz wszystko mam sam, tylko jakoś mi tak, jakbym sam nie powrócił z tej bitwy. Dzisiaj wszystko mam sam, tylko jakoś mi tak, jakbym sam nie powrócił z tej bitwy.
Евгений Малиновский, Польша.
Браво, браво.
I am
Евгений.
sure
Я уверена, что многие
that
сейчас именно зайдут на
many
сайт
people are
фестиваля
watching
и
what the
проголосуют.
jury will
Что
say.
скажет
I
жюри?
was watching the face of Denis Maidanov. All the faces were very impressive, but he's okay in a pause. He needs time to get gathered. Rosa, remember, he gave the right mood, the pain, the cry of the heart, this break of the aorta, the explosion of aorta.
Да, Денис, пожалуйста.
I pulled myself together.
Я думаю, что мои уважаемые сегодняшние
Our
партнеры,
friends
друзья,
from Poland
были неоднократно
understand
и
how
понимают,
important it
насколько
is
важно для
to take part in this festival.
правильную песню,
and
потому что может быть шикарный
A great
диапазон,
song, a
шикарная
range,
песня,
a
очень
great
легко
voice
срастается.
range,
Или наоборот,
and
может быть, в одной октаве
so in this
может
one
проживает
octave,
целая жизнь,
he
достаточно
lives the
оправдать
whole
для
life.
провала. Сейчас произошло именно то.
This choice of Evgeny Malinovsky is a perfect coincidence between the right choice and a great performance. You know, I have seen a lot of concerts of the songs performed of Vysotsky, and I could see that many singers took too much responsibility upon themselves, but they didn't cope with the task. But what he did it, he performed it. It's great, a great voice, great interpretation, a great voice, a very thoughtful moments, very emotional. This friend who died in the war, and this friendship, this community is born in very difficult periods of history, like in Italy during the period of pandemic. Great communities are born under these difficult conditions. Our program is watched all over the world, including China, which one took the attack of pandemic, and now, by its example, is giving hope that it will be over soon. It would be difficult for me the way the Soviet front song will sound in Chinese, but the office walls disappeared on my downs. Jan Kissen. Hello, I'm Jan. It's my honor to join the international competition. I started to study music when I was very young. I studied music for 5 years when I was 13. Then I went to the United States to study music production. Now I'm a singer, a songwriter, and a music producer. I love to sing just like everybody does. Now is a great time between China and Russia. We have strong relationships, but not all countries like us. The world is not peaceful. People die in the war every day. Earth is our only home. We have to protect our homeland. No matter what language you speak, no matter what country you come from, no matter what color you are, we only have one name: human. To respect each other, to help each other, and of course to love each other, because our life is the only way to save our planet. The song that is performed by Jan was composed by Mark Franken, and the poet Yevgeny Dalmatovsky was written in 1943 on the train, according to the history told by the pilot Vasily Vasilyev. Once in one of the front villages, he met a girl, but then he had to leave. When the song appeared, the girl wrote a letter to the radio. We asked to give him the address of the pilot, but he died by that moment. Jan Kissen, an accidental vote.
界短暂，白云安眠，我们轻轻地握着那手儿，随着圆舞曲音乐回旋，炮声停息，小城平安，我们聆听着圆舞曲音乐，不是看一眼墙上时间。虽然你我还不曾相守，我家离此地也很遥远，但我仿佛已到家，感到亲切而温暖。在这空的大厅，我俩跳舞回旋，你在诉说的话语流入我的心田。我们旋转，我们交谈，我对跳舞黄数已多年，请你原谅我不自凌乱。曙光召唤，忧伤牵线，告别你们这小小的城市，我将走过您大门前。虽然你我还不曾相守，我家离此地也很遥远，但我仿佛已到家，感到亲切而温暖。在这空的大厅，我俩跳舞回旋，你在诉说的话语流入我的心田。
Браво, Ян. Абсолютно все члены жюри просто улыбались.
So the reaction of the jury is very emotional. Rossiya Kultura. It's a devotion of life of a young soldier, and maybe she was working somewhere in the kitchen, a nurse, but he expressed his love, and this is what he did, a young soldier.
Сеньор Пупо, your impression.
Tatiana, I wanted to dance together with you. I am dancing with a beautiful Russian girl. It was the favorite song of Mark Fatkin. He was a person of a very deep soul, generous soul, and it is not an easy one for understanding. The range is about 2 octaves, and there was temptation in this music, a great coloring of the voice. Since the first notes of our melody, everybody will understand because there is a lump in everybody's throat. For the first time, the war, sacred war, holy war, sounded in the film Officers in 1941. The German poet and bard Frank Figert translated is fond of the Russian culture, and he translated very many songs. My name is Frank Vuvek. I'm 59 years old. Since 1945, I have been working as a professional bard and poet. I have issued 12 discs with songs and 13 collections of lyrics. I don't only write my own verses and songs, but I translate lyrics into different languages of the world into the German language, and the Russian poetry takes a special place in my creative work. The festival, the Road to Yalta, is very interesting for me, and the songs that will be performed in the contest. It's the best communication between people. Our memory is living in the songs. That's why I translated the word cranes and officers into my native language. We remember that Hitler Germany had its anti-fascist liberation movement, whose participants didn't support the ideology of the National Socialism. They had resistance from the underground. The music Rafael Hozak, the words of Evgeny Abramovich, The Eternal Flame, Frank Figure, author's translation.
Перевод авторский.
Mancher Held aus vergangener Zeit fällt zuweilen in Vergessenheit. Die kämpften in blutger Schlacht, sind zu Erde und Gras gemacht. Nur ihr Heldenmut eben dort lebt in unseren Herzen fort. Diese Flamme, sie brennt durch die Zeiten selbstbewusst, tief in unserer Brust. Meine Kämpfer, jetzt schau sie an. Heute noch denkt die Welt daran. Und die Truppe in Reih und Glied. Alte Freunde erkennt mein Lied. Gleich ob jung und ganz unerfahren, waren vom Los sie nicht zu bewahren, standen auf wie ein Mann, in den schweren Kampf zu ziehen, siegreich bis Berlin. Keinen gibt es im weiten Land, der nicht selbst einen Helden gekannt, von den Fotos vergilbt alsdann. Schauen dich junge Soldaten an und ihr Blick gleicht dem Weltgericht, das zu heutigen Söhnen spricht. Diese Jungs darf man nicht, abgefeimt mit falschen Schwüren, ins Verderben führen.
Now the word to our jury. You know, I was shocked. Such a resistance spirit that was input into this song and performed from their voice. It's just such a powerful force, such an internal flame. It was the exact depicturing of the spirit of the song. This is exactly what current generation, modern generation needs. War mustn't be repeated. We must do our best to avoid this tragedy. The next contestant is very valuable to us, our colleague, journalist and military correspondent Alexander Surkov. He composed this text not far from Easter in November 41, when he was under the besiege with the headquarters of the Quad Squad Regiment, and they escaped the encirclement. Hello. My name is Stevan Karnovets. I'm 33 years old. I'm a tenor coming from Serbia. My main focus is on opera and opera productions, but my hobbies include graphic designing, making orchestra arrangements for Serbian songs mostly. My first contact with the Russian war songs was during the studies when we were making many concerts for the Victory Day. The song In a Dugout was performed by the music Konstantin Listov, the words Alexei Surkov. The song is performed by Stevan Karnovets, Belgrade, Serbia.
Ватра пуцката у печи той, на трупцima смола kao suza, u zemunici peva harmonika, o tvom osmehu i očima. Žbunje o tebi šaptalo je na snežnim poljima kraj Moskve. Želim sada da oslušneš ti s kakvom čežnjom moj glas peva ti. A ti si sad daleko, među nama snega i snega, do tebe doći nije lako, a do smrti je par koraka. Tvoj harmoniko kroz mećavu, zovi dragu mi nesuđenu. Nije hladno u zemunici, sve zbog te goruće ljubavi. Nije hladno ni u zemunici, sve zbog te goruće ljubavi. Žbunje o tebi šaptalo je na sežnim poljima kraj Moskve. Kad bi mogla da oslušneš ti s kakvom čežnjom moj glas peva ti. Tvoj harmoniko kroz mećavu, zovi dragu mi nesuđenu. Nije hladno u zemunici, sve zbog te goruće ljubavi.
Браво, особенно финал
Слушайте,
поразил.
Эмир, вы знаете, послушав эту песню, мы поняли, насколько
We
близки сербский и русский
understood
языки,
how
потому что
close
понятно
and the
буквально
Serbian and the
каждое
Russian
слово. Вы же
languages
наверняка
are.
хорошо знаете эту песню.
You
тоже
know
приходилось её
that
слышать раньше.
you could hear it.
Хороший певец,
He's a very good singer.
которую
It's
мы
such,
знаем. Вы знаете.
you know
Поэтому
this
такая
song.
славянская,
It's the,
такое славянское братство.
It's the Slavic brotherhood, which has always had strong emotions and support. This singer must sing on a grand stage with the orchestra. He would give way to his vocal abilities. I would like to remind that you can vote for the contestants on our site. The song which will be performed right now is not a military one. It was written long before the Great Patriotic War. It was written Mikhail Stavitsky and Nikolai Lysenko. Its first recording appeared in 1937, but we heard it in the film Only Old Soldiers Go into Combat. This song is associated with the military events. It became the symbol of the unanimity of people who living in the Soviet Union. Cuba. Hello, everybody. My name is Yul. I was born in Cuba in the city of Havana, and now I live in the Russian Federation. It's a great honor for me to take part in the recording of this song because I remember the stories that my grandfather told me about the war, about the difficult moments people had to outlive and still keep in the memory of our family members. Hello, my name is Eduardo. I'm 51 years old. I'm from Moa. I admire songs that reflect the history of the war. I had war, no face, no race. It is a memory that lives in our right. All the composers who wrote at that time were able to capture the most true story. Hello, my name is Gabriel Linyares. I'm from Venezuela, Caracas, Latin America. I'm 31 years old. As for military songs, wow, I'm a musician and singer. And all these songs are very exciting. They're very nostalgic and go straight into the heart. So, Eduardo Brev and Susan del Son.
Noche tan bella y tan estrellada, se ven agujas en pajar. Salga mi linda mujer fatigada, que solo te quiero mirar. Salga mi linda mujer fatigada, que solo te quiero mirar.
Nos sentaremos debajo de árboles. Soy de los reyes de rey. Mira mi corazón, estos resoles hermosos se ve del Hawái. Mira mi corazón, estos resoles hermosos se ven del Hawái.
La arboleda está hechizada, parece que duerme la luna. Y la brisa dice a mis oídos que eres un sueño real. Y la brisa dice a mis oídos que eres un sueño real.
No tengas miedo, mujer preciosa, de pies bonitos mojar.
Por este prado lleno de rocío, te voy a casa llevar. Por este prado lleno de rocío,
te voy a casa llevar. No te asustes si tú tengas frío, yo te podré abrazar.
este humilde que arde en llamas.
Todo te va a entregar. Este humilde que arde entre llamas. Todo te va a entregar.
Спасибо нашим кубинцам.
Да, браво нашим
Thank you very
кубинцам. И,
much to
конечно,
our people from
прокомментировать первым
Cuba.
я попрошу господина Пупо.
And I would like to ask Mr. Pupa to give his comments.
Я обожаю эти песни. Голоса этих
I
парней
love
красивые,
these
очень
songs.
подходят для повествования. Мы можем
They are
понять,
very
насколько любовь
beautiful.
важна, всегда
We can
важна, и
understand
всегда была
how
двигателем,
love
всегда была
is
толчком, даже
important.
когда человек уходил
It has
на
always
войну,
been
всегда
a
надеялся
push
вернуться домой
for
к объятиям своего сердца.
going
Эти
to
эмоции
war and
красивые
return
именно
back
поэтому.
from the war knowing that you are being waited for. I think that the history of the Latin American culture is different. It's their special understanding. The guys translated the song by themselves from the Ukrainian language. Dmitry Valerianovich, I hear the song for the first time in a different language because the performance of the song was so organic in the Ukrainian language that all the people of the Soviet Union, when they were a single unit, nowadays we are a little separated, and I would like to thank for performing this song in a new language, giving it a new outlook. And it is about the blood that was during the war, about their tortures, memories. I understand that we are not finishing our show, but we all, whatever happens, we need a clear sky, a unanimous territory, and I would like to thank them and everybody who take part in this festival. The next application is from Barcelona, from a musician of the Nigerian origin. So the song sounded in 2 films. Hello, my name is Eti Sol. I am 30 years old. I am Nigerian, currently living in Barcelona, Spain. My hobbies are cooking, swimming, writing, and dancing.
When them they on you, you come there from gently. So they say, beauty could be distracting. So she
Personally, I have never experienced the war, but if you ask me about my attitude to the war song, they are an important part of our history, because the stories were told about the war, about the heroes who participated in the war, and every time when we listen to them, we get a clear picture what these people had to go through. So the music of Valentin Levashov, take the military code, let's go home.
You and a brother from the infantry, and summers are better than winters. We've settled a score with the war. We've settled a scores with the war. We've settled a scores with the war. trench coat, we're going home. The war has bent and worn us down, yet even the war has met an end. Your mother was 4 years with her son. Your mother was 4 years with her son. Your mother was 4 years with her son. Grab your trench coat, we're going home. The streets are boring to the ground. Still again, my comrade. The lost darlings have come back today. The lost darlings have come back today. The lost darlings have come back to them. Grab your trench coat, we're going home. Say to your relatives, how could I face your widow? You can't pledge in the name of yesterday. You can't pledge in the name of yesterday. You can't pledge in the name of yesterday. Grab your trench coat, we're going home.
Кто скажет слова, уважаемые коллеги?
Who would like to say some words?
Да, Лев Валерьянович, пожалуйста.
Лев Валерьянович.
Вот по-солдатски спето, понимаете?
So he performed this song in a military style. Super.
Очень верно. Вот это настроение прям.
This military mood.
Есть что добавить?
Denise, do you have anything to add? A very unusual performance. Although it was simple on the one hand, on the other hand, it was really deep. Again, it's a surprise. I have experienced several times a very deep performance, a very deep approach of the desire to perform it perfectly, not to spoil a single word, a single. No. By the way, he translated the words by himself. I would like to say that very young guys went to the war. Imagine this singer expressed the words of this young soldier who outlived a lot of tragedies. He was penetrating it through himself. We continue voting on our site. And our contest program will be finalized by the composition, which can't be listened without tears. Even me, a man, a person who has been working for almost 30 years on TV, can't control myself. The composition of Jan Frankel, the lyrics Cranes, was written after visiting the monument of the Japanese girl Sadaka, who suffered from leukemia after the nuclear explosion in Hiroshima. She hoped to get cured if she makes 1,000 paper cranes. Now, a representative from Israel, Michael Kirkelan. I'm 33 years old. I am a singer and a composer. I'm really happy to take part in your competition because I was born in the Soviet Union in Kiev. And as a child, I heard a lot of stories of my grandma about the war of the Jewish child. And she sang me all the songs from those years. I'm really happy to sing it with you and for you. In a couple of years, when the song was performed, they started to erect the monuments showing the crimes. It was the memory of those ones. And we remember how the Jewish people suffered.
לפעמים כי חיילינו שלא חזרו מתלם הדמים במקום ליפול מתים באדמתנו הפכו לעגורים הלבנים מאז עברו שנים אבל עדיין הם לנו מלמעלה צועקים אולי לכם העצב שבעין הצופייה באלם לשחקים לא מגלה שום צער דוהה לקראת האופק הלילי בין שורותיה יש כאילו פער יכול להיות שמור עבורי נדמה לי לפעמים כי חיילינו שלא חזרו מתלם הדמים במקום ליפול מתים באדמתנו הפכו לעגורים הלבנים
Bravo.
Лев Валерьевич.
Lev Valerianovich. It's the greatest song. And you know, what can I say? I have sung thousands of times, but there must be a pause after the performance of such songs. I would like to be silent for a while and remember our soldiers who died in the Great Patriotic War. Now, when all our contestants gave their presentations, you must give your voice to the best contestant. And I would like to represent our musicians who were the conductor of all the orchestra presentation, Yalta and Yalta Orchestra represented at the festival in their widened staff. And one more time, thank you very much for the person who realized the idea, to the arrangement, to the orchestra, to the jury. It was a very thorough work, and in this staff and to the performance who did a great job, and I hope this festival will have a continuation, and like the internal regimen and everything that is connected with the Victory Day. I am really grateful to you, to Tatiana, who organized this event, and thank you very much to our jury. And tomorrow, on the 9th of May, at 9 o'clock, together with Lev Lelyanovich and all the country, will sing the Victory Day. We are grateful to the general partners of our festival, the company Eurotrans, the fund of the presidential grants, as well as our partners Rossiya, Russia Today, agency Sputnik, the government of the Republic of Crimea, Radio Rossiya, and Radio Komsomolskaya Pravda. Today's voting will last till 12 o'clock, and then you can see the site, you go to the link and give your voice. And some more important piece of information. The idea how our festival was born. Last year, the Polish powers made Peter Kosevsky leave the Museum of the Second World War in Dansk for performing their song Dark Night in Polish, and I gave myself the word that this beautiful musician will sing this song. I'm giving the floor to Denis Maidanov.
Темная ночь, только пули свистят по степи, только ветер гудит в проводах, тускло звезды мерцают.
Wiem, że tę noc znowu spędzisz do świtu bez snu.
אך לפתע מופיע חלום בליווי של געגוע.
Regresa ya, que mi alma no puede esperar.
Comme je voudrais maintenant poser mes lèvres sur
Notte oscura, notte fredda attorno a me.
jak
草原，横亘在你我中间。Porque nada es perdido.
Tu restes pour toujours mon amour.
我相信在这漆黑的夜 nella sfida mortale
Gomità,
il coraggio e la forza mi dai.
rien ne m'arrivera, je sais bien.
gdy mnie znowu przytulisz.
Смерть не страшна, с ней не раз мы встречались в степи. Вот и сейчас надо мною она кружится. Ты меня ждешь и в детской кроватке не спишь. И поэтому знаю, со мной ничего не случится.
не случится.